Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the 808 podcast where I interview CEOs, business owners, marketing directors, and whoever I feel like. 4 questions, 8 minutes and 8 seconds, because 808 looks like Bob, and here we go. Question number 1, in a few sentences, tell us who you are and what do you do?
My name is Delenor Wilson. I'm a father. I'm a pilot. I'm a businessman. I own FIFSTAR ICT. We specialize in security, IT infrastructure, building IT infrastructure for the future.
Love it there. Question number 2, Delenor, what advice do you want to share? Go.
I want to talk about security. I think a lot of people don't understand how prevalent security is, especially nowadays that everything is moving from analog onto more of a digital platform and things are in the cloud. So they're not even hosted within your premise. You you may have several buildings, but then you guys have software as a service or platform as a service. And those things are hosted elsewhere. They're not hosted with you. So security is definitely a very big aspect of IT and just how the industry is going towards. It's just going to get more and more important.
So what are some things that people should know about security they probably haven't heard of yet?
I think when people think of security, they also put convenience in the same sentence. But if you ask any good expert IT person, convenience and IT do not exist in the same realm. I mean, yeah, you can have that door lock that's so cool to have on your phone that unlocks every time you just get within proximity of it. But that's a security factor you have to, consider, especially when you're HIPAA compliant, or you're housing some very important data information. The number one killer for a lot of people is passwords. The passwords are just weak, common, and it doesn't take long to break that. They can simply run a program, and in 1 minute, less than a minute, depending how uncomplex it is, they can just break that.
Well, what are some tips on making a good password?
They definitely want to use more than you want to use about like 10 to 12 characters. You want to vary those characters. Make sure that they're, special characters, numbers, capitalized letters, lowercase letters, and something that's not very common. Don't use any words or phrases that, someone can easily put in there, like capital P password, capital P password is not a good one,
right?
So you definitely want to make it complex. I typically tell people to use like a phrase, not a phrase, but like some kind of a formula, and then just change that formula over time. So that way, it's retained in your mind, and annually change that formula, and that could be like, okay, 2 numbers up front, followed by a special character, followed by 1 lower, whatever that formula is, then you can use that formula.
Perfect. Love that there. Let's get to question number 3. This is shout out time. Go for it.
I definitely like to shout out to a couple of people that gave me the opportunity to do business with them, and that helped jumpstart my business. So I definitely like to shout out Ivana Gunnarsson from RRC. She definitely helped me. My wife, of course, she's part of there. I like to shout out one of my very, very first clients, which is J. Bryant Boyd, an architect company here in Austin, Texas. They've given me referrals, and they've been nothing but great folks to me. I mean, needless to say, I mean, their work is superb, and they've been great as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'll look them up down here. Number 4, final fun question. Delenor, tell me about your first sale.
My first sale was actually with J. Bryant Boy, and I actually found them by walking the streets. You got to go back to the basics. Walking door to door definitely will get you clients. And I think a lot of people just don't seem so committed to it, or they're just scared. But hey, you got to work door to door to find some clients. It's an easy sale because you walk right in, especially in IT. You walk right in, and they may have a problem right there.
Right.
That's one of the things in IT. 2 types of clients. There's either one who just left a problem or one who's going into a problem. And so there you go. Walking door to door is one of them. And so with J. Bryant Boyd, I walked door to door, talked to them. They told me they already had an IT company, but later that day, guess what? They gave me a call,
Right.
and our
Yeah.
relationship
Awesome.
went from there.
Yeah, that's what I tell people. So like I tell people about the door knocking cold calling strategy is think about this. If I told you you had a 100 chance to get $100, but if you missed it, like you basically have to roll, if you roll $100 dice, sided dice, you get 100, you get $100. Or if you don't, I slap you on the hand.
Mm-hmm.
How many times are you going to roll that dice?
Yeah.
And it's just, again, we're just talking slap on the hand. We're not talking punch in the face or anything. You're going to keep rolling that dice. Because again, slaps in the hands, they're annoying, but they don't hurt.
Exactly.
Yeah, that part there. So you now have 2 minutes and 43 seconds left. We can do some promo time. You can ask me a question. You can talk about your favorite restaurant in Austin for all I care. Or since the best know when to be concise and when to end early, we end early. Go.
Yeah. So, I mean, things here in Austin have been pretty hectic, especially with the coronavirus and also the winter storm. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have felt some pressure, financially and hardship, just emotionally as well too. I definitely want to get a shout out to all those people that are having those problems, and I want them to understand that just keep moving forward. Financial problems, everyone has them. Hopefully, you can seek out government relief and friendship relief and whatever kind of relief. In my house, personally, I had to replace a faucet, and I know that's very minuscule compared to some people's problems. They had to replace plumbing, or they lost furniture because of damages, water damages. And so I definitely hope that others continue to look optimistic towards the future because of that, and also for coronavirus. We're just about, according to some scientists and president, we're just about over that hill. So things should be getting a little bit easier, and hopefully everyone stays optimistic about it.
Love it there. Hey, did you want to do some promo for your business? If not, that's okay.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, if anyone wants to consult with me or consult about IT or anything, they can call us, at FIFSTAR 512-693-8743, or they can go to our website. We're on Facebook as well, social media, Instagram, just type in FIFSTAR space ICT, and you'll find us.
Perfect. Love it there. You pulled it off. 4 questions in 8 minutes and 8 seconds. Delenor, why is it 4 questions in 8 minutes and 8 seconds?
Because Bob looks like 808 looks like Bob.
Exactly. You pulled it off. Hey, say your website real quick.
FIFSTARICT.com.
And it's in the description. It's magic. Delenor, thank you so much for being on. Tip of the hat to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And for everyone else watching or listening, I'm legally required to tell you to like, share, comment, subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell, whatever the heck the social media network tells you to do. You all have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye.